area place, we just fought some demon that kept casting deeper darkness over and over again, and then he flew
Yeah,
away.
he can cast deeper darkness at will. If he had a way to actually see in that deeper darkness, he would have been a lot scarier, but he actually can't for some reason. He's kind of like the shadow demon or whatever, or he can cast freaking darkness for free, and then he just can't. But he's actually kind of just as useless in darkness as you are. But he was able to use it to teleport away, because he can do that as well. And he was like mad at you guys. He didn't like that you guys kept like doing shit like knocking him on his ass and shit like that. He didn't like that.
I'm dispelling his deeper darkness.
Hey, that's like my
shit,
divinity party.
I mean, I think that's what we do in this party, now that I think about it. Knock people around. I should get telekinesis and like start really knocking people around.
Can you get telekinesis?
I don't know. I'll get scrolls. I don't know. I'll find a way.
Just multi-class.
There you go.
It'll work eventually.
Eventually. Oh god. That's the worst part about multiclassing.
Yeah, I guess you could do the long con to Mystic Favors.
There's a holy ice weapon that I can do though. That looks kind of cool.
We also have a bunch of artifacts. Some are with us and some aren't.
Right. You guys hadn't got to Yanderhof yet, but I know that's kind of, you guys are following the, I believe it's the Runetash River. I mean, I'm not on the right map, so I can't see it. Should probably do that. Get on the same map as you guys. So I know what I'm talking about. So you guys are kind of following the Runetash River. And then, of course, the Kirkanis Shrine is just south of Yanderhof, like a day's travel. But also, Yanderhof is nearby the Mindspin Mountains, which is where you guys are, I believe, planning to take Alias.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, also I know Amber was still working on making Kale's arm. I don't think that was finished yet, but...
Not yet.
No, I think it's a day or two away. Maybe just a day away.
So in the last combat, Kael basically did nothing.
You can't use like a lot of your class features yet.
I casted some spells, but he ended up being immune to all of my spells.
Yep, I think he had spell resistance or something, and that was what ended up being the problem.
Is this all because like you had already cut his arm off and he decided to play that character and now he has to deal with the consequence?
I mean, yeah, basically.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if it was part of the build or if I was missing something here. I was like, are you hunting for your animal companion? What's going on? I don't know.
Yeah, and I had like a solution where they were, you know, could have paid to have his arm regrown, but instead you guys like, no, we'll just take the money that would have cost
Amber's
for
like,
that and
better
we'll just
arm.
make him a new arm. Yeah, better arm.
It is gonna be a better arm.
Yeah, but it's not an arm now. Well, I guess they would. Well, would they have had an arm now too?
They would.
Oh yeah, he would have already had. He would have already had an
Oh.
arm if it would have already. Yeah.
Could we have not taken both?
I have 3 arms?
Well, I mean, they were
Maybe.
either.
You can change them out if you
There you
need
go.
to.
There you go.
Anyway, that should be finished, and hopefully, Kael won't have too many combats where he feels useless.
Well, to be fair, even if I had my arm, I still would have been not so great. Because spell resistance, but it'll be okay.
This is where you should have been an alchemist
All right.
and took all 3 arms. Yeah.
So you guys are at the. I guess I moved you guys back to this map, but you guys are basically at a wrecked caravan. You guys killed a ghoul there.
Okay.
That was made by the this Nabasu demon. So.
And everybody's healed up. We're not low or anything.
I don't know. I'm not sure what people's health at. What's Philippe at? Philippe's at 73. What's Philippe's total health? Oh shit! I had his character sheet open. Now
Okay, I'm full.
I got a
as
freaking
well.
NPC Philippe. Ah! Actually, that's not too bad. I think Philippe's pretty.
Yeah, I don't
good
think it'd be
NPC.
very hard.
No, he's not too hard to NPC. Especially, I mean,
Roll knowledge and skill checks. Thanks.
I don't want to.
And make a bad joke every now and then.
Yeah, run it in the first round because what else are you gonna do, right?
Run in, almost die, and then
And then
use
let
the mirror
Tiki
one.
have something to do. Yeah.
And then use the mirror. Yeah.
Or ask, did I pull out the mirror? No, I didn't.
It's important not to mix up that order. He has to take a big hit first before he uses the mirror.
Yep.
And ask yourself, the DM, if you pulled it out already.
Yeah. Did I pull the mirror out already? I don't know.
There you go.
Let's flip a
Channel
coin.
Blizzard armor. Or the Philippe. That's the Philippe.
So yeah, you guys do anything at the crashed like caravan wagon thing?
Did we already inspect it? Like, is there things?
I don't think we really had time to properly do it.
Okay.
I think we ended pretty much right at
I
the end of
look
that
around
combat.
at the crashed caravan.
I'm sure Philippe will do the same, and Tiki probably will, but not the best at it. Oh. She's looking for survivors, mostly. Or...
Oh, that's right. He actually set it up so that it throws the inspiration dice on there too when you do it automatically. That's kind of neat.
Is that perception check, right? +9.
I don't know, it's your character
Not
sheet.
sure why it's using the skill template, but okay.
Yeah, yours looks weird.
Did you checkmark a box
I think I have
in
simple-
your settings?
I think I have simple roll templates on.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Nope. Ah, that's fine. Okay.
So you guys kind of look around through there, and it doesn't look like there's anything like special in there. It looks like it's just basic goods like food and like general kind of like textiles and cloth and things like that, like just general goods that are used for like just living, basic living supplies. So like I said, you do remember there was that
There we
guy
go.
that ran away that was running from this scene as well. He went back the way he came.
So the cart owner left the cart?
No, he was just he wasn't even the owner. He was just a caravan like helper basically.
So people are
So
missing?
there's several
Or-
yeah, there's a few bodies here, so you assume that the guy who owned the cart, it's possible that the guy who owned the cart wasn't even with it. Like this might have been like they might have all just been working for somebody else that owned it,
Mhm.
but in any case, there's you see like the ghoul, which was you assume was
Is there
one
a
of
ledger?
the
Or any paper?
you do find like like basically a little thing that has like a listing of, it's kind of like a shipping manifest basically. It kind of lists out the goods that are on there, and it matches with like what you're seeing there.
Okay. So the company name is on, or on this?
The company
thing?
name would be on it. Yeah, it would be it's the name be on here. It's Stewart and Sons is the name of the name that's listed on it.
Does it say what town?
No, it just says Stewart and Son.
Okay.
Or do I know of any company named Stewards and Sons?
Stewart and Sons. I can
Stewart.
roll a knowledge local.
And I'll ask Philippe if he knows any company named Stewart and Sons.
Okay, Philippe will try to see if he remembers something like that. And he says that that's a name of a company based out of Corvosa.
Are we heading towards
They operate in this.
Corvosa?
Not right
Maybe
now.
eventually.
No?
But right now, no.
Not much we can
We
do
gotta
about
bury
this.
this dude in the mountain.
Maybe just leave as is? Ugh, I feel bad about that. What do we do?
I mean, you guys know
Stuff?
you're still pretty. You guys are fairly close to
That's right.
Neanderhoff as well.
I mean, it's not our problem.
So does some of the stuff like look still? Is everything broken or no?
No, I mean, like I said, most of it's raw materials,
Right.
like food and raw crafting materials, like I said, like cloth, stuff like
Okay.
that.
Then I
So
start
it's-
rummaging through the food and stocking it into my bag. And then I start looking for materials to make nets out of and stuffing it into my bag.
Okay, yeah, you would definitely find stuff for making nets. Like there'd be some like rope and stuff there. That's probably some of the materials that would be there. Ropes and threads and things like that.
And
Like
I
I said,
don't
the
use
primary things on here, they're
spell
food
cards.
stuff, and then stuff that are used for making like things like mostly things like clothing and whatnot. But yeah, it's all just basic goods.
Do I know if there's any authority in Neanderhoff that I can, like, report this stuff to? And maybe they can send it to the company in Corvosa?
Oh, here, come get food.
You would
Food
know-
spoil quickly.
You know that
Food? Yeah, go and check it.
you know that like the Sky Citadel, like Sky Citadels always have like do have like dwarven governments there, and that you probably could talk to someone there, and that they would probably have some sort of relationship established with Corvosa, trade agreements and that sort of thing. So you imagine if you just told like a like a town guard or something like that in Neanderhoff, they could probably end up getting it up the channels to whoever needs to know. Like the surrounding area is basically patrolled, is also sometimes patrolled by.
Can I have more
dwarven-
than one floating disc out at a time?
I don't believe so, but let me check. Although it doesn't say you can't. I don't know.
Well, I have all of my level 1 spells. I'm going to cast a couple of floating discs and start piling some stuff up from this caravan on it and take it
Yeah, I think you can.
towards Yanderhof.
I think you can only have one floating disc per person.
Yeah, you can't stack those. Otherwise, that actually would be really. You could do some funny things with.
You can already do some silly things though with like if you have a wand of floating disc, you can pass the wand around and have everybody else get their own floating disc like that way. But
Yeah. I know it's weird, but by RAW, that's how it would work. It doesn't translate too well into like practically. Because if I were thinking of it practically, the wand itself would only be able to conjure one floating disc.
That's how you would think it would
Hey,
work, but it's actually
Right.
because it's tied to the person that actually casts it. So if he has to hand the wand to someone else, it's a different person casting
So you
it.
can make a ton of.
So if you had people that could use the wand, that's the thing too. Though they have to actually be someone that can either have UMD the wand or has it on their spell list anyway. But that's not a super practical thing to abuse. So what are you guys doing then? You guys are packing up some of the stuff from the crashed caravan, basically.
Mm, well, maybe I can just tie some stuff up. I can hold up to 700 pounds on my disc. So I'm just gonna make a mountain.
The floating disc doesn't spin.
No.
It's the floating DVD disc.
So I'm going to stack a bunch of the packages or barrels or something, up as high as I can.
Okay.
And I might need somebody else to help me stack those, and I can get them to stack it as high as I need to. If I need to cast fly, I don't know how high this is going to go.
Okay.
But 700 pounds onto my floating disc, or almost 700 pounds onto my floating disc of this stuff.
I mean, you have Aelios on that disc too, right? So.
Yeah, so
That would be
minus whatever
like
he has.
170 pounds or something like that. I had to look.
Yeah.
So like 500 pounds.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll. Let's see. Roll like an appraise check, I guess. Philippe will also roll an appraise check. Okay.
We rolled real well.
So yeah, obviously. So you guys are trying to basically make sure you get like the stuff that's most important. Like I said, this is pretty basic goods though, so I think even with really shit rolls, you probably do a pretty decent job of getting figuring out what stuff's like the most valuable and would be most, because you can't fit all of it onto the disc. It was on a pretty good size wagon, but you probably get like over half of it, like most of it.
Okay.
And I believe it still would be raining.
Oh well.
But it's a light rain right now.
I bring my disc over my head.
So you guys look towards the south, maybe the southeast, towards where Anderhoff is, and you can see that it's starting to elevation. Looks like you can see the Mindspin Mountains that way, and you can kind of see Anderhoff actually off in the distance as well, like kind of at the foot of the Mindspin Mountains. The gigantic dwarven sky citadel, as they're called. Do you guys continue on then?
Yeah.
So yeah, as you get, it starts sloping up into like the foothills and the Mindspin Mountains, and as you start, gaining elevation and whatnot, the rain actually starts turning into a light snow. Like it's not really sticking where you guys are at, but the rain it's snow instead.
It's probably chilly.
Yeah, it would be pretty
Yeah.
chilly.
Hmm.
Everybody roll a perception. Perceptione.
Ooh, that good perception.
Okay, as you guys are heading towards, continuing on towards the Anderhof, you kind of see a patrol of some dwarves coming the opposite way, or coming towards you, basically, from where you're heading, off in the distance. You guys do anything about this? And just keep moving forward.
Sorry, what was that?
You see some dwarves,
Oh,
like 4 dwarves, basically, traveling as a group, walking towards
no,
you.
I
the
call
same
out to
direction
their-
or opposite direction?
They're coming towards you in the same direction you guys, like in the direction you guys are going. Like they're coming, I guess, opposite direction of you guys. Like they're heading out from Yanderhof.
No,
Did
I
we
call out to
know
them.
what the name of that demon we were facing was?
Like its actual name or like the type of demon it is. You know it's a Nabasu demon. I don't think it gave you like a specific name or anything though.
Okay. I'll warn them of that.
Okay, so yeah, as they get close, they see Brugar calling out to them, and they come towards. You see they're like really heavily armed, and they do have like insignia of Yanderhof, and you kind of can tell that they're probably connected to Yanderhof in some way. Perhaps they're some sort of town guards or something like that. And so yeah, you tell them about the Nabasu demon.
And I also tell them that there was a caravan that the Nabasu wrecked, and I'm taking the remains to the government in Yanderhof, so that they can deliver it back to the company that owns the wagon in
Stewart and
Corvosa.
Sons. Okay.
Stewart and Son.
So okay, they listen to this and they'll say, "Oh, thank you for the warning. That's very troubling news. We live in troubling times." And they also tell you, like they kind of tell you who to go talk to. Like, oh, they say there's a man in Yanderhof that you should probably go talk to. It's kind of should help you out. Well, he should be able to help you with that. So they tell you to talk to Khalil Storzak.
Interesting name.
So that's how I spell that name.
You can spell however you want. And they say he's kind of the like emissary basically that kind of deals with the Yanderhof Corvosan relations, and he'd be the one to talk to about that.
Okay. Thanks for your help.
And they say we're gonna go check out this caravan. It was just right along the river, right? On the road?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they continue on their way then. You guys come up to the familiar, well, for some of you, the familiar site of Yanderhof. If you guys remember how Yanderhof, there was a inn basically outside the actual like Sky Citadel, and usually there's like a kind of like a checkpoint to get in and as it was last time, it's pretty busy. You guys are getting there in like the late as it's getting like in the evening. The snow's kind of coming down a lot more once you guys are like as you get to Yanderhof. But again, it's not really sticking much. It's kind of just like, and it doesn't seem like it seems like it's kind of like maybe an early snow. I mean, not that early. I guess it's in the like November or something right now, right? But yeah, there's snow, but it's not like impeding movement or anything like that. It's like kind of just snow flurries. What you guys do? Find Khalil? You guys get lodging here?
Yep.
I guess so.
Okay. So, oh man, look at that roll Philippe got.
It's pretty trash.
Mm-hmm.
I can do better.
One thing that Amber notices that's different from last time that she was here is it seems like she sees a lot more priests of Desna around.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know. Well, I do know actually.
I'm gonna go over and talk to them.
You're gonna talk to a priest of Desna?
Oh yeah, I talked to a priest of Desmond before. I think I
Okay.
have their name written down somewhere.
Okay, so what do you say to him then? Like you come up and just say, "Sup? What are you doing here?" I mean,
Um, so I'm going to uh, say, so last time I was here, I met with a priest, Martin Brooks, of your order.
okay. He eyes you warily. He says, "Well, there's a lot of priests in my order, and I can't say I know that particular one."
Martin Brooks. It's a pretty unique name.
And I say, he said he would consult with his superiors about something he found relating to a deity who taught yours back in ancient history, a Carcanus.
He kind of like glances around and then kind of says in like a soft voice, like, "It's like we can talk about this, but not out here in the open. This is kind of a very something that we don't want being spread around."
Okay. Is
But if you
Martin
want to
Brooks
meet up
here?
with, well, like I said, I don't know if he's here. I haven't been filled in on all the details yet. I just got here.
Okay. Well, if you know anybody who knows a little bit more about the situation, I'd like to talk to them.
Okay, I'll ask around. Meet up with me at the that inn over there.
Okay. Does he seem like he's being more fishy than he sounds? Do I think he's deceiving me?
No, he seems like he's kind of like uh apprehensive, I guess, about when you come up and just ask about it out of the blue, but like him talking about him just getting here and like not really knowing that much himself is like it seems like he's being honest about it.
Okay. So I'll go and I'll meet with this guy and I'll introduce myself. It was a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Okay. And then you're gonna go find Khalil.
Yep. I'm gonna go find Khalil and unload some stuff off of my magic disc.
Okay. Yeah, and of course the inn, if you don't remember, it's named Old Bear's Rest.
I did not write that down.
Okay. Well, I did. So that's the name of the inn. It's like outside of Yanderhof. There's stuff inside Yanderhof as well, but they have kind of like a lot of times they have people that end up staying outside of it Yanderhof. See if they have like stuff that needs where they aren't allowed in easily. Like sometimes you have to pass through like basically dwarven customs, I guess. But yeah, you're able to ask around about Khalil, and they'll actually let you into Yanderhof to go talk to him. What's everyone else doing? Is like everyone else going with Amber or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I must find a tavern and get some drink.
So are you looking to get into going to find like a dwarven one inside Yanderhof, or are you just gonna go to the first one you see, which is Old Bear's Rest right outside Yanderhof?
Yeah, I'll just go to that one.
Okay. And then I guess Philippe will probably go with Amber. What's Tiki doing? Tiki gonna go with Brugar then, or Tiki gonna go with Amber and the rest of the party into Yanderhof to go find Khalil? Okay.
I'm going with Amber because that's where my arm is.
And that's where Alias is.
That's true too. Okay, so yeah, they you get like a dwarven like guardsman basically kind of. He says, oh, "Okay, come with me. I'll bring you to him," and kind of leads you down into the sky fortress of the sky citadel of Yanderhof, and kind of leads you back into it, and eventually comes up to a little like into one of the towers kind of near the wall, and says, "Okay, so he has a office kind of set here," and yeah, kind of leads you around through the citadel a little bit and gets you there. So he'll kind of let you in there, introduce, like, say, these guys came here having some discussion, or they have something involving a caravan that was attacked outside of Ganderhof from Corvosa. And so
And
it's
I'll
kind of this
explain
older
the
looking.
situation and I'll unload the goods off of my disc.
Well, he actually will ask you to not do it right here because this isn't his office. So he'll like listen
Oh.
though to he'll listen to you explaining the story basically of like you guys encountering the Nabasu maybe or whatever you end up telling him. He says this Nabasu then is still at large.
Yes.
I'll have to let the rest of the guards know about this. Be on the lookout for him. Be careful. It might be something that we probably. I don't know if it's something we can actually. Most of our soldiers will be able to handle. Might have to send out like an elite task force or something to go handle them. Anyway, he says we'll get this stuff back to, or at least get some sort of monetary reparations back to him, since it's happened within our patrol zones. We are partially responsible for its safety, and he asks you if you can like follow him to like basically like a kind of a warehouse that they're gonna store it in, and while they figure out what they're gonna do with it, if they're gonna send it back to Corvosa or something, or
Yep.
if
That's fine.
or perhaps Stewart and Sons will send some sort of representative to come claim it. We'll have to sort the details out. Anyway, so yeah, he leads you down to a warehouse and kind of gets some help there to help you unload it. He asks you what you're planning to do next. Like,
I
kind of trying to make
have a
small
meeting I
talk.
must attend outside of the city.
For burying Alio.
Oh, that too.
Well,
I also
I
have to
shouldn't
see
keep-
to a funeral for a dear friend.
I shouldn't keep you long then. He pulls out kind of like a little gold coin pouch and hands it to you. It says, "For your trouble in bringing this the goods back to us." And it's not a whole lot of gold. It's only like 60 gold pieces, but he hands you a little pouch, 60 gold pieces.
Uh,
It's a pretty good amount for like
okay, I suppose I'll
what
take
it
it.
is. And he says, "Thank you for bringing this back to us. You could have just as easily have taken it into town and sold it as your own, and probably nobody would have even realized. But we like to reward having good honor."
Well, I just treat people as I'd like to be treated myself.
As I said, good honor. And
yeah, I'll split that up with the party.
okay, and he
Oh,
wishes
that
you,
stacks up,
good
that's
luck
like
with
12.
your business that you have outside of town. And then he says, "I also have business I must attend to." And he asks if you need help, like if you need like someone to get you back out of there. If you guys, otherwise, you guys are free to like move around throughout Meanderhof as you please.
I think we'll be okay, right, Kale?
Yeah.
All right then. So he, offers his hand out to, like shake your hand basically.
I'll shake his hand.
And once again wishes you good luck in your travels and any business you conduct, and good health and all that stuff. And then he leaves to go about his business.
And we'll do the same. Go join up at least in the bar where Brugar is. See what
Yeah,
he's
what's
been
Brugar
doing for
doing
the
there?
past
Is
time.
Brugar just out there like doing his usual like telling a story thing or whatever, drinking beer?
Oh, he's getting food and a drink and saying who's at the tavern.
Okay, so you mostly see like merchants, mostly like a good mix between dwarven and human merchants for the most part. And you also would probably notice that there are several priests of Desna as well.
Okay, he doesn't know what a priest of Desna looks like. But he'll go. Is Tiki with?
Tiki's with him as well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, priests of Desna, they're mostly wearing like purples and a lot of purples with like wearing like kind of traveling looking gear as well. And
Some people wearing
several
fancy stuff.
yeah, some of them would have like star knives basically as well.
And impractical weapon.
Mm-hmm. Impractical weapon, but you know, it's Desna's weapon.
Oh yeah, that's just what Burger.
A lot of the like a lot of them would have like patterns on some of their like some of them at least would have like patterns on some of their like clothes and whatnot that would have like kind of the patterns are like modeled after stars basically.
Well, yep, he's getting food and drink with Tiki then, and I don't know. I don't think he's really like telling stories like before. He's probably just enjoying the atmosphere.
Okay.
But he's probably talking to Tiki about things. Or listening to her talk.
Okay. So the rest of the party would.
Yeah.
The rest of the party will come join up with you after they finish, you know, their business as well. And so you guys are all reunited back at the old Bear Inn, or whatever it was called. Whatever I just said it was. Old Bear's Rest. I'm guessing Amber's gonna want to go talk to the Priests of Desna.
Mm-hmm. I was just waiting to see what the others were doing.
Right.
Actually, first I'm gonna get a room and unload my stuff off, so I'm not just in a bar with the floating disc.
Okay. That's fair.
That has, like, a person on it.
Right. And yeah, it's fairly busy there, but they do. This is a really large size, and they do still have rooms available.
And then I'm going to go approach the Priests of Desna, and I'll talk. I'll say greetings. I spoke with one of your comrades earlier.
Actually, you
and
can
he
see the
said
guy that
to-
you talked to before. He's with these guys, so it's him
and
and
I'll
others are, like-
indicate him.
Yeah, okay. And there's a few other ones there as well. Like this kind of table that has like 4 different priests of Desna sitting at the same table, basically. So they kind of look at each other, and then like you know, one of them, like the guy that you talked to before, kind of like nods. You know, like you see them kind of whisper to each other, and then they say, okay, they indicate for you to sit down at the table with them.
And
And go ahead.
say, I assume you are here because of the monument to Carcanus in the Mindspin Mountains just south of here.
Yep, one of them looks like he's kind of got the more fancier looking robes. Says, indeed, I've already been there. The other 3 here haven't been there yet. I came here to kind of guide them there. So we're still been researching it, trying to be very careful with it as well. It's a
I'll be right back.
very okay. I guess I'll wait then. What are you guys doing? What is everyone else doing?
I'll ask somebody something. Are there any
Okay.
like mountain men here or like Shawanti looking dude?
Go ahead and roll like a perception to like try to see if you spot any. Okay, so you don't see anyone that looks like they'd be Shawanti. Like no one with like the Shawanti like tattoos or anything stands out to you.
Well, I'm gonna start asking people if anybody knows about like the Shawanti.
Okay. You do hear that there's kind of a local area of Skoan Qua, or Skull
That's a very
Tribe
good roll for me.
Shawanti in the area. Um, but you know that they tend to not be very friendly. Like they tend to want to keep to themselves, and like they tend to kind of if somebody tries to interact with them, they kind of either like steer clear of them or they'll try to intimidate them off. Um, so, but you do know that
brother's
there
goal
are.
here is to just he just wants to ask if anybody knows about some Shawanti, or like if basically they have knowledge about their traditions or cultures. He'd ask them very flatly, where would be a good place to bury a dead Shawanti? Like where in this mountain would be the best spot?
Hmm. I don't know if they have like any specific place they would do it, but like I said, the Skull Clan is known to whisper with the dead. So perhaps they would know something like that.
All right.
Well, like I said, they're very cautious around outsiders. They tend to not, like I said, if anyone tries to approach them, they usually tend to try to intimidate them off or completely steer clear of them. But you get the sense most people don't really know much about them. Like they're kind of enigmatic to like most of the people here. Like, Shawanti are weird, especially those Skull Clan guys up there. And you're even weirder. All right. So yeah, Amber, they in the conversation you were having.
Sorry about
So yeah, they let's see, where was I on that? They mentioned that yeah, like the guy that you're talking to there is like an older looking guy with like much nicer looking equipment basically than the other three. He says he's already been there before, and the other ones haven't been there yet. Uh, he says you must be the one. He said you were the one that spoke with Martin before about this.
That's correct. I'm the one who spoke with Martin Brooks and informed your order about this.
Oh, then we owe you a great deal. It would have been very dangerous if something like this had fallen into the wrong hands.
I have done some research in Maga about this, and I think I know what this artifact does.
Hmm.
Have
What are
you
your
had any
thoughts on
time
it?
to study it yourselves?
Yes, although I haven't heard much about it specifically. My duties haven't been specifically focused on research on it. I've been more in charge of the logistical side of it. Edwin here, though, is like I said, he hasn't been there yet, but he's one of our more scholarly types, and he specifically is coming here to research it.
Okay. Um, I'm going to go ahead and tell them what I know about it.
Okay.
that it is a monument to Carcanis that allows them that allows high priests who use it to astral projection to be able to communicate with other priests of the order, and perhaps with Carcanis himself. But since Carcanis was killed by Lamashtu, it now leads to Deklau Sar.
That sounds very dangerous. Deklosar is not an active demon lord, but he's still very dangerous being.
Well, he has an active following in this region, it seems.
You've encountered them?
They've tried to assassinate us twice.
Tell me, do they know where this is? Where this shrine is?
I do not believe so. That's correct, Pluto, right?
You guys don't have any evidence that they do know about it.
We had a book that, like, chronicled our location, and they didn't have any, like, notice that it was, that we were
Right, yeah, they had something
there.
tracking you guys, and it mentioned, they basically mentioned you guys getting on that boat to Corvosa, and, like, they had their plans how they were going to try to assassinate Tiki there, basically, by poisoning the clam chowder or whatever. But, they didn't actually pick up your trail again until after you guys had left Yanderhof. So they didn't actually know about you guys even going there. At least according to the book.
I'll tell them I believe
on.
not.
Okay, well that's very good. Hopefully they don't come to find out about it, or they'll probably make a move on it, I'd imagine. Something like this would probably be considered a holy artifact to them.
You probably know this already, but this is what their symbol looks like, and I'll produce one of the unholy symbols of Deklau Sar.
Yeah, I'll say, like, I haven't actually seen one of these yet before, but I am aware. I have seen drawings of it, I suppose, depictions. But it's the first time I've actually seen, like, a physical holy symbol of Deklosar. Well, anyway, Ed would say some of this matches what I suspected. I'll have to bring, like, this knowledge to the ones already there, the ones on site at the shrine itself, and see if it matches up with what they've found as well. Said I haven't been there yet, so. He asked what your plans are, like. You planning to head there too?
First I must take care of a personal matter with regards to one of my companions who passed away in Maga. After that,
right.
if you think it would be prudent, I will go back there and perhaps try to counsel or receive counsel from whoever your superiors are.
Well, I'm not sure if they'd want that or not. Like I said, I just am in charge of logistics. I've been dealing with making sure that the supplies are there for the researchers and whatnot there. Making sure new researchers are able to move to and from the location.
Perhaps it would be prudent to see what the researchers there think. I will do that.
Okay.
Perhaps on the morrow or the day after.
Well, we probably won't be here. We probably won't be here. We're probably leaving tomorrow. So, but you might see some more of my brothers here.
Right,
My
but I
brothers
know
and
how to
sisters.
get to the location.
Oh, of course you would. How silly of me. Well,
If you
we're
could
gonna
give advanced word that we're coming, that would
very well.
probably
I'll
behoove us
mention it.
both.
I'll mention that to them. Let them know to expect you.
And then I'll go and join the rest of my party with whatever their merrymaking is.
Okay.
Just at the tavern.
Yeah. Well, Amber's at the tavern as well, just in a different part of it. Kind of in a little private booth, basically, with the priest of Desna. Anything else anyone wants to do in the tavern here? Or
I'm
even
gonna get
outside the
food and
tavern
then I'm
this
gonna
night?
continue working on Kale's arm.
Okay.
Kale's not
Maybe
going to order a
for
drink or
like
anything
4
because Kale
hours
doesn't
or
drink.
something.
It may inebriate him and cause him to do stupid things.
What? Alright.
So he's kind of like
Okay.
being awkward in the bar.
Yeah. just hanging out, not drinking.
Yeah.
Maybe the food's really good at least. Alright. So yeah, Brugar, of course, asks about the nearby Shawanti and gets a little bit of information there. Okay, Tiki's on call. Well, okay, maybe Secret's on call, I guess. Alright.
Yeah.
So if nobody else has anything else they want to do, I'll probably just go ahead and advance it to the next day.
Good.
Assuming
That's fine,
I'll
yeah.
manage to
Rest
get like
and
a room
sleep.
and whatnot. Yep. So I don't know if you're gonna roll like a spellcraft check to continue working on Kale's arm, or if it's like an auto succeed anyway. Not sure of the details on that. I can't remember.
For what?
Isn't
The
it like
spellcraft?
automatic for a doll maker?
I think with I can't remember what your checks were, if they were like automatic succeeds or what. So
Yeah,
but
I think
I'm assuming
my
you know.
check was something like a 20 or so. I think less. But if I take 10, I have a 28.
Okay. So I don't know if you're finished with it yet or not, but I don't. Whatever the case is.
I can probably at least like attach it to him to function as like something that he can like pull and push, you know, like a normal prosthetic arm. You just have to do like the final bits of animation.
Okay.
So I'll do that in the morning.
Okay. So Kelly, you have an almost functional arm.
Okay, so with this arm, it just is like hanging off my body.
There's like some knobs and levers you can change it to like get into a certain position or something like a prosthetic. And like if you move your shoulder, you can maybe move it a little bit, but you can't utilize it.
You can't use it to like swing a weapon around or cast a spell yet.
Yeah. But at least your balance will be better.
This deal sucks.
What?
Now, if you guys wanted to, you could probably spend more time today of working on that and get that finished. Or you guys can just head out to the mountains right now if you want. Or whatever. I don't know what you
Who
guys
needs an arm but not an arm? Right?
arm?
He was better off with his phantom
It'll be
limb.
done
I would feel so
tomorrow.
retarded having like an arm that's just dangling there and you can't use it, and you're like, well, at least it's on me. I don't know.
It's not like you guys are going anywhere dangerous like the Mindspin Mountains or anything.
Oh no, totally.
Okay, maybe I'll wait until the end of like lunchtime before we head out.
Oh, Brugar asks how deep are we going into the mountains?
It's a good question.
Because he tells the others if they can spare the money to get one, you might as well get some climbing kits.
I don't need climbing kit.
Yeah, some
I
people have
wasn't
a
planning
climb
to
speed.
go that far. If we're going far enough to need climbing kits, then we're not going to be able to bury Alias anywhere.
I thought you guys weren't actually burying him anyway. It was more like a pyre.
Throw them to the
Oh, maybe we
creatures of
were.
the mountain. I don't know. Feed the poor. Animals are equals to.
Yeah, I'll at least wait, I don't know, half a day to do this.
Yeah, we're probably not going to go like
Baha,
super
your
high
arm's
up
back,
in the
Kale.
altitude, but you know, high enough to where we can still probably bury it, because you don't want to leave him above ground. Animals will take that. I mean, animals will dig him up anyways, maybe, depending on how deep we bury him.
I thought you guys were planning to do a pyre. I went over this.
Oh, we're burning? Is that like the Viking funeral things or something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we discussed last time. That was like more like closer to what the actual traditions would be.
Oh shit!
Don't you know, Shoanti are the Jedis of Galarian?
What? No.
I mean, maybe.
No.
Okay, so yeah, you guys spend like Amber spends the rest of the early part of the day finishing up Kale's arm and getting like the enchantments all set up so he actually has a functional arm. What does anybody else do anything in particular while they're here? I guess Brugar's talking about getting a climbing kit in case he needs it.
No, I have one already. He's just telling the other.
No, he's telling the others they should consider getting one.
Yep, I'm a
I
dwarf.
tell Philippe to go gather information.
Okay, about what?
Rumors in the local talk.
Okay, Philippe will go do that. Philippe is asking around.
Burger does say that he heard about some other Shawanti around here, but that they're rough around the edges. Something about skull something.
Skull? No, sorry, ignore me.
The skull something or whatever's. They talk to the dead. I don't know how you do that, but
I guess it would be an actual burial, now that I look at it again, rather than a pyre. I don't know where I came up with that. Where I came up with the pyre thing. Alright, anyway.
Perhaps it's something that Kale knows about Shamanti tradition. Let's go with that. That's the new canon.
I guess it'd be either way. Like, it'd either be a pyre or a burial, and it kind of just depends on like what's available. Or, like which tribe you're from as well, or which clan, I mean. Alright, anyway, so let's see. Well, during that morning, Philippe would have gathered information, and he would have heard that there's a lot of talk about, like, there's some talk about, like, the Desnan priests, and the fact that there's, like, a lot more of them coming through here than normal. I mean, Desnan priests are usually pretty common travelers anyway, but,
Not usually
yeah, there's
in
also
flocks.
Yeah, but not usually in flocks, so that's kind of been
Is that
drawing
something we
some
should be
notice.
concerned about?
I mean, you
No.
guys know why they're there, so.
I'll explain. Maybe last night before I went up to
Yeah,
my
Brugar,
room,
I guess,
explain
wouldn't
what I
have-
was talking about to Brugar with that.
Brugar and Kael actually probably wouldn't really know that much about it because they weren't there, but.
And
You'd
I'd
also
let
heard.
Kale know. So Matt, do you know, or do you not know? Do I need to fill you in?
What?
Why the priests of Desna are here?
Fill Tiki in. She don't know.
Shiki
Sure.
was there, but
Tiki
she doesn't
forget.
know.
Okay, so we were there because we found a ruined temple to
Oh, yeah, you might not know about
Carcanus,
this.
which is an ancient god and the teacher of Desna, who is a current god. In an abandoned, not abandoned, a like privately owned but pretendedly haunted mithril mine.
Which turned out to actually sort of be haunted after all.
It did actually it was sort of haunted. But there was a monument that turned out to be an artifact, and you remember those people in the hyena helmets that attacked us in Magnemite?
Yeah, I know about those guys. They're from some other god.
They're from Lamashtu killed Carcanus, and Carcanus's corpse became the god that they are following. Those crazed fanatics that tried to kill us.
Yeah.
Yep,
Do we
that sums it
want
up.
to
Okay.
commune with my
And-
star chart? Ask questions.
Sure.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know
and
what kind of
the
questions
reason
we
that the
would-
priests of Desna know about this is we didn't know what this artifact did, and there was one of them in this inn, and we asked for their help because they are usually good people who would maybe be able to figure out Desna has some of the domains that Carcanus has, so we figured
Right.
they would be able to help.
She got the travel domain from Kirkonis.
And I think Lamashtu stole the beast domain or something.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's also correct.
Okay, so is there anything specific we would like to ask before we go and take care of Aelios? Or maybe after?
Burger just wants to know where we should go into the mountain to bury him.
Kael, can you direct us to where you would think an appropriate spot would be?
Anywhere in the mountains. Just needs to be between peaks.
Okie dokie.
Alright. So any other sort of preparations you guys want to make before you guys head up into the Mindspin Mountains? Keep in mind it's, you know, November.
Yeah, I don't know, like...
It's snowing out.
I guess just because I'm a frog or a gripply or whatnot doesn't really make me, like, okay to being in the cold. So I guess I'll get a cold weather outfit.
Okay. Actually, I guess by now it'd be early December, whatever the Pathfinder equivalent of December is, like probably the first of the month actually.
Yeah.
It was the 27th when you
Winter
guys
is
left,
coming.
I think.
Okay, so I got a cold weather outfit. I'll put that on. And then,
Same.
I will
Like
also do
28th or
that.
something you left. Yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
gonna
I want to
get
say it's
a,
December.
I'm gonna get a, yeah, a large tent. Or, yeah, a tent. Or maybe a medium. Let me see.
Earlier, did we split gold?
Yep, 12.
Is
That's
that what I
six,
heard?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 12
Yeah, that's
gold.
what I thought I heard.
Tiki will tell the party that she got a tent for us if we get stuck up there.
Hopefully we won't get stuck up there.
I agree. And then I already took a bunch of food from that caravan.
Do we know if the mountains are covered in snow?
They are. You can see them. You can see that they're covered in snow.
Alright, I'll get some snowshoes too.
I'll do the same.
Oh, I didn't know you could buy.
Hopefully there won't be tons of snow in the valley, but, you know.
Yeah, mostly there's snow on the peaks, but like where you guys are right now, you guys are kind of in the foothills of it, and there's like a little bit of snow, but not very much. Like it's still pretty light.
Dun, dun, dun. Fuck.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna get. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna get a... Never mind. I don't want to start avalanches.
Cold weather outfit and snowshoes.
I'm not getting snowshoes. I'm not planning on going like that high up.
But your like little frog feet will get so cold.
Yeah, but he said there's like barely any snow. I mean, how high do you plan on going up? He said there's snow on the peaks, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's a matter of interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, unless
guess,
the
but
snow,
I don't think we're going that high
unless
up.
the weather,
Actually,
yeah, unless
I'm
the
going to
weather
try to
changes.
find snowshoe rentals.
Snowshoe rentals.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Can
an
I rent them
interesting
for like
idea.
a silver a day?
Like, you wouldn't find like a place that specifically does that, but perhaps you find somewhere that sells that and you work out that deal with them.
You're like,
Okay,
I'll sell it back
I'll
to
give
you,
them 2
but...
silver for these snowshoe rentals.
Yeah.
Okay, but they want you to give them like a little bit more than that, and that they'll like a deposit that they'll refund.
Sure.
So it'll take like half the cost of what snowshoes would be as a deposit.
2.5 gold.
I'll give them 25 silver.
Okay. So yeah, you work out a deal to rent snowshoes then.
Okay. We don't need torches. Unless you need them for warmth. Which they wouldn't put up that much warmth anyway.
I mean, you might need torches if you're out there at night or whatever, but
I've got light.
okay. So is that pretty much everything then?
No. Before we go, I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
It's gonna take me 1 minute. And I'm gonna cast Guiding Star. So just in case we get lost in the mountains, we can use my spell to find our way back here.
Okay.
And that lasts for a whole day. Basically, I'm very familiar with my location.
All right,
This
that makes sense.
particular location. And then, yeah. I think that's it. I don't have
Okay.
a way to produce light, so unless you guys need it, I have dark vision.
Right.
I have light
Yeah, me
spell.
too.
Oh, okay. Then
I
I
have
got
light
a
spell
tent.
too.
We
And
got food. We have light.
Philippe can just like hear things.
He can.
He can sonar things. He's
He
fine.
can do like the thing in I think it was thing in Last Airbender that they did where in like the play version of it where the person was like the blind person, she's like I can tell where people are by echolocation, and then she just like screams at someone. It's like, I got a really good look at you there.
Yeah, I'm pretty
he just
sure
does that.
that
Philippe just screams at someone and then says, I got a
Philippe
really
can
good look
do
at you
that.
there. Yeah.
Can we make that like one of the unchained perception skill things? Like if you have over 15 ranks in perception or something, you can do that.
You can. There's actually an echolocation spell.
Oh, I know, I use it. But Philippe's not a spellcaster.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you have higher enough perception.
Anyway, let's move on. I guess I should roll a passive perception.
Okay. Yeah, I'm rolling for Philippe as well.
Right.
Aw, dang. I should roll
I
Philippe's
almost
perception rolls
beat him.
all the time. Yeah, I should just roll his all the time. This is hilarious when I do it.
You're not gonna think it's hilarious when you're still rolling like this tomorrow night when you need to make saves.
Oh, yeah, I know. But right now it's hilarious. So I have to roll a couple things. Okay. So you guys make your way into the Mindspin Mountains and kind of into the foothills of the, like deeper into the foothills of the Mindspin Mountains. I'm assuming you guys are making your way kind of between like two of the peaks that are in the Mindspin Mountain, like the closest two peaks, following what Kael was saying. Between two mountain peaks, basically, was what he figured was the ideal place.
We're going where my token is.
Okay. I'll probably say it takes you like several hours to get there. Someone wants to roll like a survival check as well for getting there, not getting lost. I don't know who's good at survival in this party.
Well, I mean,
No
is
bueno.
it nighttime?
Are these Shawanti
No,
Mountains?
not yet.
Can we travel at night more often, guys, please?
They kind of are. They're like I said,
Would I be able to use my Shawanti history to navigate them?
maybe, probably not though. Not to navigate them. You probably be able to use that to get information about them though. Yeah,
She
Tiki.
can't actually see where she's going, but she knows.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So-
Just cardinal directions are just built into my system. I'm like
yeah,
a
you guys get in a
compass
spot where there actually is snow still. Like once you get up in these foothills, which if you don't have snowshoes, which a lot of you guys did get snowshoes, would be difficult terrain.
Not a problem.
And it's also snowing, so you have the perception penalties as well from the snow. But
Oh no, I'm getting flashbacks.
How much higher do we really want to go?
flashbacks
Honestly.
from Raid of Winter. Yeah, you guys aren't going that high. You guys are kind of getting between the two peaks, and you guys are eventually you guys get to where it is. Also, because it is actually pretty cold out, you will have to make one of those fortitude saves.
Okie dokie.
Can I prestidigitate myself to make myself warmer?
No, that's not something you can do. You can't have prestidigitation basically be endure elements.
You can make it feel warmer, but it's not actually warmer.
Yeah.
Okay. This.
So you still have to make the fort save.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
This
cold
doesn't
weather,
have
so
my
plus
bonus
5.
in it.
Okay. Does Amber have a cold weather outfit as well?
Yeah, I said I got one, and that doesn't have my bonus.
I said fortitude save. I'm getting there.
She probably won't.
I'm navigating my character sheets in Roll20. I struggle with it.
Yeah. It's fine. I struggle with them too, but then again, it's why I don't use most of the stuff on it. Philippe, it looks like he's fine.
I also have cold weather outfit.
Okay. So everybody's fine. Everybody passes the check. And you guys are basically at a spot that you kind of look around and probably Kale at least would look around and say like this looks like a good place. Like this looks right. It's two mountain peaks on either side of you. You can see like deeper into the Mindspin Mountains as well around you, but you're surrounded by the Mindspin Mountains.
Okay.
There's some trees and stuff around as well, like a few trees. You guys aren't high, like you aren't above the tree line. Um, it's just a nice place. And then, like I said, you know that you could either do like a funeral pyre kind of thing and do or you could also do an actual burial. Although usually a burial you would need to actually find, like, generally burials are usually done in actual like burial grounds with like other Shawanti like tribesmen basically. The
Right.
pyre is usually more commonly used for like people that died in battle, though.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna go
Hired.
with. That's canon now. So you guys are doing a pyre then. So you guys would be able to gather some wood around from like the nearby, like the trees in the area and whatnot, and be able to start building a funeral pyre.
All right, I'll help with.
Okay. And you're able to do that. It doesn't, probably spend like a good hour or something building this massive like funeral pyre.
Yep.
And set it up, and probably like this, since you guys left in the afternoon, it's probably like, I guess it's probably, even though it's like, the thing is the days are getting shorter because it's in the winter right now, so it's
Yeah.
probably starting to get close to sunset. But like the sun is setting right now, especially because you guys have the mountains around you as well.
Let's try to come down out of these mountains and get back to where we started the day.
Okay, but are you gonna do the funeral first?
Oh, yeah. I thought we had done the funeral.
No, you guys have built the pyre, but you haven't like lit it and everything yet. I'm just like talking about setting the scene for that.
I mean, we're
Mhm.
probably gonna have to stay
Sorry.
an entire evening, because like if we, I mean, have you ever seen a dead body burn? It takes a really long time, and we don't want to just like leave at its early stages. I guess I don't know, or do we?
Okay. We'll stay and watch over it. I
keep a vigil.
misheard.
So before we do the pyre, before we actually light it, I would cast Arcane Mark on Alias with our family mark.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Anybody say any words?
Oh yeah, for sure. Burgar tells a story of Alias's exploits and bravery and courageousness in combat.
Okay.
It comes out kind of raw.
Yeah, but I'm sure everyone knows.
It's sort of
well.
like Alias was a brave warrior. He charged in and then died, but he was very brave.
While this is going, or while it's going on, Ryza would cast a ghost sound to mimic like a Shawanti tune.
Okay. And then, assuming you guys light the funeral pyre.
Yeah.
Okay. Have everyone roll another perception.
I should just make it double roll. So I click both of them.
Oh, just like a button that does both yours and your familiar's
Yeah.
perception.
Ugh. God damn it.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull you guys onto a different map because something is going to happen. Let's see here.
Spirit of Alias
No,
rises
it's
up.
not.
Angry demon attacks us.
We've been followed
Ghost.
by the witch, the sea hag.
Ghost. Ghost alien. Yeah, see, the hags are back.
I think we could take the hags now.
Let me get you guys over here to the... Wait, what? That's annoying. It's the same freaking icon as the only other ones. Okay, so let me get you guys all here to proper size and everything. Tiki, that's pretty accurate size for Tiki, right? Okay, maybe not. Oops, I need to like hold Alt or something. There we go. Okay, go ahead and set you guys where you'd be for like, you know, the funeral or whatever. Oh, I should make this thing a little bigger too. I'll set you guys where you guys would be as like, you know, you're keeping vigil of the funeral pyre,
Seems
basically.
about right.
It's Tiki literally
Sure.
standing right... Here, I'll put Tiki up a little bit further away. Something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be... Let's see, who rolled high on their perceptions? Philippe and Brugar. I think Amber rolled
Or 20
high
wasn't
enough.
high enough.
No, actually 20 is just high enough as well. So there's gonna be a surprise round with some sort of creature kind of flies in from the sky and kind of lands right here behind Kael. Everyone that rolled a 20 or higher gets to act in a surprise round. Now, its surprise round is basically landing there.
Surprise!
Okay.
So everyone, yep, roll
I'm
initiative.
guessing we're rolling initiative because this thing looks
Yes.
angry.
Oh man.
Yes,
Okay,
this
well,
thing is
yeah.
angry looking.
A dragon thingy?
And it's a dragon, some sort of dragon thing. Yeah, it does look like a dragon, huh?
So when it comes
So-
around to my initiative,
To clarify
I'm
what this
gonna do
terrain is, everything to the top of the map is uphill, and this dashed line indicates where the hill becomes a steep hill. So, and there's also there are also snow on the ground, so if you don't have snowshoes, everything's difficult terrain as well. The green circles are trees. The red square is the funeral pyre. And I need to add a, let's see, add. Okay, Amber gets to go first in surprise round.
so knowledge. What should I roll? Arcana?
It would be knowledge arcana.
What is
Okay,
this thing?
you know that this thing is a frost drake.
And drakes are not as smart and more angry than dragons. Is that correct?
Correct. They are not. They tend to just be like predators, like apex predators. Basically, They do have some intelligence, like they can speak Draconic, but yeah, they're not. They're not like dragons where they're like intelligent in the same way. They tend to just be angry hunters. You know, this one particular was a frost drake. It has a They tend to live in cold mountain reaches, and they tend to have.
And probably has an icy breath weapon.
Yep, they're immune to cold, immune to paralysis, immune to sleep, but they're vulnerable to fire.
Well, I can't do anything about that, but I'm going to try to not be breathed on. So, I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
Actually, maybe I
Did
should
you
just
say anything
go, like,
about
down.
lightning?
What? No, nothing about lightning.
Okay.
Here, I'm just gonna.
You have
I'm
snowshoes,
gonna go over
right?
here.
Yeah, you rented them.
Yeah, I have
That's right.
snowshoes.
So you're down there. Okay, cool. It surprise round basically was landing, so it lands on the ground right here next to Kael, and then Brugar. Oh, I didn't add Philippe onto the turn tracker. Oh wait, I should just do this the proper way by using his character sheet. So let's see here. Do I have his token selected? Yes, I do. B initiative button. Okay. So I actually skipped his turn, I guess, but whatever. Philippe's turn. He's gonna pull. Let's see. He's gonna like move. Actually, no, that'll provoke. He'll move out like away from the like area as well because he probably also would pass the knowledge check to know that this thing has got a AOE breath weapon basically. So he's trying to spread out as well. Brugar, what do? You have a surprise action you can take, single standard action or move action.
Haha. I'm going to charge.
Okay. So that's going to provoke an attack opportunity from it. So it attempts to bite you. And I assume he misses. So.
Yep, that misses.
Okay.
I'm going to try and bull rush.
Okay.
Now, are these lines up here the edge of the mountain, or what's going on?
That's where it becomes steep terrain, so it's uphill though. So it's at that point, if you're going uphill past the dashed lines, if you up on that part, it's actually double movement cost to go up the hill, basically.
That's okay. I'm gonna bull rush.
Yeah, it's also steep enough that when you're moving down, you have to make like a check to not like basically fall, like to stumble down the hill.
Let me add charge.
Okay.
Is that bull rush?
Yes, it does. Pushes it back. Looks like up to 5 feet.
All right, because I
Now it's just
succeeded
gonna
on
hit
the bull
everyone.
rush with my whatchamacallit, my hammer to the ground class feature, I get to make a trip attempt.
Okay. Yeah, it is 5 feet for the 5 that you beat it by, actually, though, right? So actually, no, I think you can move it. You can push it back 10 feet. Sorry. I don't think you trip it though. But so how far you pushing it back?
I got a 1.
5 feet or 10 feet?
I'm just gonna push it back 5.
Okay, I'll just. So you knock it back.
And I follow it.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, now it's Amber's turn. We're in regular rounds now.
Okay. So, how many feet do I have on this? 25 plus 15 it looks like since we're level 7. Okay, maybe I need to get a little closer. Okay, I'm gonna move over to here. I'm going to haste our physical classes.
Okay. So haste on Brugar, Kael, Kael's familiar, and Philippe.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm assuming Kael's going on, or Kael's,
Oh,
what's it, Rise, or whatever's going on,
I
on
probably
Kael's
should
Yeah,
have
turn.
done
yeah.
something else.
Just always
but
assume
I
my
didn't.
turn.
Okay. Is that it then?
Yeah, I moved in a cast.
Okay. This guy didn't like getting pushed like that. But he's gonna move back anyway. He's gonna step back, and he's gonna shoot a ball of. He's gonna shoot his freezing mist breath. That's what he's gonna do. So let's see here. 20-foot radius. I think he can hit. He can actually hit all of you. So just barely. If he targets that square right here.
Wait, did he move back?
He 5-foot stepped back. Do you have like a thing
Oh, I
step up
follow.
or something? Oh, okay.
Yep, I have step up.
Well, that changes his plan a little bit. So
Brugar's
instead,
like, oh.
yeah, that's a good feat. Then
Oh
he's
yeah,
going
I'm
to
gonna
do.
go into that.
He's
Gonna
not
get
gonna hit.
disruptive too.
He's not gonna
Breath
hit
weapons
Philippe
don't
then in that
provoke,
case.
by the way.
Yeah, I know they don't. But he was
Oh.
gonna. There's a reason he was gonna do this as well. You guys will
Gotcha,
understand
okay.
why once he uses it. So he's gonna hit Kael, Ryza, and Brugar with this breath weapon. You guys need to make a reflex save. He shoots out this ball of ice, basically, explodes explodes in the area around you, creating a cloud of freezing fog, basically, supernaturally cold freezing fog.
Oh, I rolled high.
Okay, so I still just need Kael and Ryza to roll reflex saves.
Oh, sorry. They'll show up eventually.
Okay, so Brugar is going to take half damage from this, and you guys are going to take full damage. So 22 and 11 for Brugar. Also,
Well,
this circle is now going to be difficult terrain because it's a sheet of ice covers that circle, basically.
That's all I want.
Ryza should be okay too because.
Oh, Ryza has
Or
evasion,
half
right?
damage too because improved invasion. So even if failed, half damage.
Is that something like? Is there a certain level you have to be to get that though, or do you already have that? I'm not really sure.
I think
I don't have that.
it just comes with familiar.
I thought I'd
It's
lose
because they
that.
have half HP.
I mean, you could tell if you have it on Hero Lab. Go to your familiar.
I
Go
had
to
to
the special
reopen.
tab.
I know. I had to reopen my. I had to reopen my Hero Lab because I'm trying to do it without Hero Lab.
Okay.
But I might have missed writing it down.
I know you get, No, never mind.
Yeah, level 1 improved evasion.
I think I lose that. It's not showing in my hero lab. Maybe because of either archetype or
I don't know.
I'll tell you here in a second.
Okay. I'm gonna just move on for now. Then once you figure, well, it's gonna be your turn, I guess.
Yeah, I
so
lose that
basically.
because of one of my archetypes. So we both take 22 damage.
Okay.
Well,
That's
I have
right.
12 spell resistance.
This isn't a spell though.
Oh, ooh, E. Okay.
Anyway, it's your turn.
Okay.
So you're on difficult terrain because it's not, the snowshoes aren't gonna help because it's ice. What the heck was that?
Wife sneeze.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so holy cow. It's a little bit more cumbersome when not using Hero Lab, but I didn't want to program my class into it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright. So I'm going to move right here. And I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Okay. It's like a 15-foot cone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm guessing you can just angle it so it only hits him. Okay. What reflex
Yeah,
save
that's
does
what
he
I
gotta
was
make?
going for with that move.
Let's go ahead and just roll to see what it is.
I'm getting there. Holy shit. My page. Charisma
I'm
plus
gonna
caster
guess
level, right? Or spell level.
it's gonna be plus spell level, plus like 10.
Then it would just be 11? What?
It's
So
gotta be higher
level
than
1
11.
spell?
11 plus whatever your charisma modifier is then.
Oh, 14.
Okay. It makes the save, so it's going to take half this damage, but it is also going to have vulnerability to it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Good old burning hand.
It snarls at you, recoils in pain as he takes, even though it managed to dodge most of the damage, it still looks like it hurt it pretty bad.
And Ryza is going to fly to the opposite corner.
Okay.
Yeah. I was right here. Okay. Is that right? No. There we go.
Okay. Philippe's turn. Let's see here. He's going to pull out the mirror. He's going to attempt to... Let's see here. He's gonna attempt to move up. Actually, does he have snowshoes? I didn't have him buy snowshoes since he's not here. So he's gonna move up. He's gonna move up a little bit and pull his mirror out. He's not gonna be very effective this combat probably. What are you guys gonna do without him? Brugar.
Run combat like normal?
I'm gonna full round, and my first attack is gonna be a trip.
Okay. Let's see. I think that's enough to trip him. He's now knocked prone.
Alright.
Oh, well, then I would like to use my
Do it, take
immediate
it.
action
Okay.
and cast a spell. What level was that spell?
The Tiki synergy.
Right, this is the first time we've actually got to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because the other time you knocked someone prone, Tiki couldn't see him because of the freaking deeper darkness or whatever.
Yeah.
Staggering fall, so let's see here.
I'm
Make a will save.
Yeah, that's the right numbers.
Okay.
That staggering part is really.
Looks like it fails.
Why does it say will
And so is now... It makes a will save to avoid the stagger.
Yeah,
Right,
it takes
but
the damage,
this thing
but
says it's a fortitude save, but then you read the block, it says will save.
This
Oh,
is the
weird.
end of the day, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay. That I'm just making sure for my next action.
Yeah, this is, it's like the sun's starting to set right now.
It says fortitude
It's not
partial,
after
and
sunset
then
yet.
The paragraph says will save. I don't know what the fortitude partial's for.
It says save will partial on your
well, that's
block
because
here
I
that I'm
put
seeing,
that
but...
there. But if you read the
Oh,
actual
okay.
spell, it says fortitude partial in that part.
Weird.
Yeah.
Let's see if the PRD has this spell.
Yeah, it says fortitude partial for some reason on the SRD. That's really bizarre.
I honestly think Fortitude makes more sense for this spell,
I think so too.
but
What is the will
We'll
save
see.
part for? In addition to making sure it becomes staggered. Well, yeah, staggered is a fortitude thing. So unless I'm like staggering him with
Usually.
my
Normally.
mind, I don't know.
I think he's gonna fail that save regardless, in this case. But maybe that's something to research. Like, see if there's like
Yeah.
a post somewhere about it. I don't know. It'd be on the... I don't know, I'm just gonna roll with it for now. It's staggered for, what, 6 rounds or something now?
Okay, also, that was just my first attack in my full round.
Right,
now
yeah,
that he's
go
on
ahead.
the ground, I'm going to hit him in his face with my hammer.
Yep, okay. I think that hits. Yep. It tries to, like, dodge your blow, but since it's knocked on the ground, it can't. You're able to swing down and hit it. It appears that all the damage goes through. And, is that your only attack? Yeah, you only have 2 attacks right now. Oh, you have a haste attack you can do as well if you'd like.
Oh, that's right. Then I'll do another attack. At my
Forgot that. I should have used the haste to actually get Philippe in range. Oh.
Ooh.
That confirms the crit, and it takes a buttload of damage. This thing is not looking
Yells triumphantly.
very good.
Aha!
Yeah, this thing shrieks out as you hit it. Tiki, now it's your actual turn, so you don't have any swift actions because you used one. You used an immediate action, but just keep that in mind. I don't know if you have any swift actions anyway.
Not really, not with this class. Okay.
Yeah,
What
it's
would
not like
I
you're a
like
magus
to
or
do?
anything, where you use all the action economy all the time.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't want to play a Magus. Yeah. So he's looking kind of beat up, pretty beat up.
He's looking very badly beat up. He's not in critical condition, but he would be one step above critical.
Does he fly?
Yes, he landed. He flew over here, landed, and was going to attack you guys. He thought he spotted easy prey, and then found out that he was horribly misunderestimating you.
Okay. I think Tiki's like scared of this creature by its sheer size compared to her, and the fact that her team is like beating the crap out of it. I'm going to cast a spell to forbid action. I'm gonna forbid it to move. We'll have text out, I guess.
Okay, he gets to make a will save. And it fails. It is not allowed to move. This is language dependent, right? Does it need to actually understand your language, or does it just need to be able to speak? Whatever.
I guess that's the ultimate question is, did it understand me?
Yep. Okay. We'll find out, I guess. Amber's turn again around round 2.
I'm gonna make it blind.
Okay.
That would make
I
me
think
a
we should get more.
fortitude save.
I think we should get more. Some more stuff conditions on this.
Need more evil eye.
That
Does that
barely
pass?
doesn't succeed. It's
Alright, is now
DC 18.
Is now blind as well. Blind, staggered, and prone.
And I will call out to it. Surrender and do no more harm, and we'll let you live. In
Okay.
Draconic, I think I have Draconic.
Alright.
That's my turn.
On its turn, it shrieks out in anger and pain and attempts to bite in the direction of Brugog.
Well, sorry, guys.
26 normally would hit, but I'm guessing, but it has to make a D100. Looks like it gets through the
blind.
The blind, so it is going to hit you with a bite.
Yep.
So you take 2 physical damage and 2 cold damage. Those are some great rolls. Plus, and then 6 more actually, 6 more physical damage. There's a bonus on there as well. Besides that, so actually 8. Yep, 10 total damage, 8 physical damage and 2 cold damage.
Okay.
And it's staggered, so that's all it can do. Kael.
Alright, so I'm kind of tired of it interrupting my brother's funeral. So
yeah,
we're going to cast an empowered magic fireball on it.
Okay. Oh, I guess to make a additional fort save to not be staggered. Is that how that works? Okay. Or will save or whatever it is. If it's a fort save, he still would have failed it. Okay.
So this empowered magic, am I rolling the damage times 1.5 or am I rolling 1.5 times one dice?
You multiply the damage after you roll the dice.
Okay.
Let's see, does this thing get... Okay. You're just gonna make a reflex save.
Times 1.5. Wait, what? Oh my, I thought I disabled that dumb stuff. Whatever.
Oh, the descriptions. Wait, did it
The
actually roll the
descriptions in
damage?
the well, no, because it's checking against the concentration check for cast defensively, and I don't know why it does that by default.
Huh, weird. Let me go ahead and roll its reflex. Oh, that's weird.
The save would be
It makes the save, so it's gonna take
16.
half.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna take half, but then it's still gonna take an additional 50% on top of that. So basically 0.75, whatever your damage roll is there, which is a. Oh wait, what did you
49.
do? But you already multiplied it, so it's 26. Okay, so.
Wait, you have level
I
4
guess.
spells?
It's a level 3 spell.
Fireball's a level 3 spell.
But you're empowering it.
He
I
can
don't need
once.
He's
This
a
is
Maga.
a Magus
He's
thing.
got an ability. He's got an ability that lets him apply a metamagic feat without increasing the
Once per
caster
day.
level. I think, like
Or
once per
Yeah.
yeah,
day,
once per day.
Okay.
and without increasing the cast. And that's the other thing is he's a spontaneous caster, so normally he actually has a hard time using. That's like the only way he actually can use metamagic stuff, basically.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll just multiply that by half, I guess. Oh, what? That's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. He takes 19. It looks like. He is just barely, because he passed the save, so he takes half of that 39.
Oh,
basically.
okay. Yeah, I missed that part. My bad.
I don't know why I have the 20, the 14 times 0.5. I typed it in wrong. Anyway, yeah, so he's barely still alive, but he is still alive. Do you do anything else with your move action, for example?
Say that again.
Anything else? You have a move action still, or a swift action?
I'm gonna. It's still alive.
Yes, barely. It's barely still
I'm gonna
alive.
step up 5 feet.
All right, Philippe's turn then. He's gonna go ahead and move in. Actually, he has haste, so even with difficult terrain haste, he might be able to get all the way. No,
Not
he
to
can't quite do
make
it.
things more complicated, but is it weak to fire?
Yes, that's why we already took care of that. The math it happened. The math happened already.
Cool.
So he's gonna move up here. The thing's blind, so it doesn't get an attack opportunity anymore. And Philippe's going to wait. Let me just use. He might have a boot on for this. Yeah. Wait, he only has it for studied. I guess he studied it at some point. I don't care. Whatever. He just doesn't attack. Hits because he is. I think Philippe actually finishes it off. Philippe sits there and waits for an opportunity to come kill steal it, and the Drake is dead. The Frost Drake is dead. And we're out of combat now.
Okay.
So you guys had a Frost Drake somehow was in some way noticed you guys perhaps because there was a fire burning, decided to investigate it, thought it was perhaps easy prey, and found out wrong that this was not easy prey.
Poor guy.
Maybe feel pretty good about the fact though that this thing is a very dangerous creature, but you guys were able to dispatch it pretty easily. Only person who took any damage at all was Brugar. And I guess Kael took some as well.
And Kale's familiar, I think.
I said people. No, I'm just kidding.
Familiars are people too.
Familiars are not people.
Well, I guess neither are ASMRs or tieflings then.
Alright, so what do you guys do? Continue on your vigil? Do you guys pull this thing out of the way?
Yeah.
Do anything with it?
It's hard to take a trophy from this thing.
Yeah,
You can cut its head
Maybe some
off and
scale.
take it with you.
you could take some scales, maybe, yeah.
I'll do that.
I don't need scales, I can just eschew them.
Okay. Sun's basically set at this point. And as you guys are kind of keeping watch there, you actually see coming up from over one of, like the other side of one of the hills nearby, like the one north of you guys. You see some what looks like torchlight. You see some torchlights coming in from over there.
Moving?
Yep, coming towards you. It looks like coming up over the ledge.
Okay, well,
They kind of sit still for a few moments. At the top of the hill. You can't really make out like what's with the torchlights. You assume it's probably some people, perhaps. But it could be some sort of creature as well that has an ability that creates what looks like torchlight.
How far away is this?
So at the top of the hill, it's next to you. Probably a good 80 or so feet up the hill.
Well, I'm gonna go scout.
So Tiki doesn't see it at all.
I'm going to invisibility myself, and I'm going to fly myself up there.
Okay. So you get close enough, you can see him from within the torchlight. You see what look like Shawanti tribesmen. And they're just kind of looking down at the rest of your party around the funeral pyre.
Do I speak Shawanti? I don't speak it, but I understand it. Are they saying anything?
Not right now. They're just solemnly looking down at the funeral pyre right now.
I will go back down and I will tell Kael that some of your brethren are at the top of the hill, joining in mourning. I don't speak their language.
Okay. So I'll send Ryza up to them to invite them.
Okay. Ryza starts heading up there, but they actually already start coming down the hill as she's
Okay.
flying up there on their own. So I don't know if that makes Ryza change her mind and come back to you.
Yeah, she comes back.
Okay. So yeah, there's like 6 of them basically, 6 Shawanti coming down with some torches, and they're wearing like cold weather gear as well, and they have like snowshoes and all that stuff. They're actually they're properly decked out for this environment. And
So if
yeah, they come.
Dancing Light is a spell-like ability, casting it a second time wouldn't get rid of the first ones, would it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I guess actually it would, because it says you can only have one dancing light active at one time in the description.
Okay. Never mind then.
Anyway, so yeah, they come down the hill and yeah, they come in and kind of join you around there. They don't really say anything. They just come down and stand at the edge of the light from the
I just greet
funeral
them.
pyre.
I say, hey there.
They nod at you. Say,
I point out the thing that we fought and killed.
One of them says that's a good omen. It was probably drawn to this to his warrior spirit, I would assume. He must have been a powerful warrior for such a creature to have come.
Yeah.
Does Bruder speak Shawanti?
They're
No.
speaking in common. Yeah, they're speaking with common with him
okay.
right now. Like one of them is. It's kind of the one that looks like the leader. An older looking guy like Shawanti. He's got like this big beard, and the other ones look like look younger than him, like they're following him. So yeah, they come over and they say, "Tell me a tale of this warrior.
Oh, glad.
How did he die?"
I look at Brugar.
Rugar tells the tale.
I tell him a story of Alias and his bravery.
So you tell him about the
About
fight with the
how-
Kai, or
Of everything that I've been with him through, I guess.
okay?
We
so,
Yeah,
fought,
because Brugar's
we
really
fought
only been
the
with us a short
Ankeg.
amount of time.
I think it was an Ankeg, right? That insect
yeah, you
thing?
guys fought some onkegs, and you fought the Chul.
Oh yeah, and the Chul.
You fought those cultists
And
as
the,
well.
the cultist.
And then other than that, it was like lots of golems and Alops and a Kai.
Yep. Yep, and he was doing this for his people. Rescuing, Shawanti from the chains of oppression.
No Shawanti warrior would want to be caged. Sounds like he was an honorable man. We would like to stand vigil with you.
Aye, he gave his life so that his brother could live.
So yeah, they kind of spread out around making a circle around there, and basically join in on the vigil. If nobody tries to shoo them off or anything.
No, man. Shawantis all love each other.
Well, you would know that's not 100% true. They respect each other, but a lot of them
True.
actually do like to fight with each other
True.
as well.
Yeah, I guess that's the right nomenclature.
In fact, you might even realize that your ancestors probably, like if you met, you might realize that these are probably the Skull tribe or Skull clan that you were hearing about before, and you probably would know that your family probably was not from the Skull clan. I can't remember if we went over which clan yours was from.
Never actually gave an explicit clan.
Yeah. So maybe it was from the Skull clan.
Actually, I might have had a clan picked out. I just... which one was it?
Anyway, anybody do anything else during this, like talk with the Shawanti perhaps, or anything like that?
Tiki will say some words of respect that Aelios was a strong warrior, and hopefully she can meet him again.
Okay. And yeah, you guys would have to wait for quite a while because, as Secret mentioned, a funeral pyre takes a long time to burn through.
Yeah.
Like to burn a body. But as it gets deep into the night, eventually it starts to burn down, and it's reaching like kind of towards the end of the pyre. Pretty late at night by that point.
Mm-hmm.
The other Shawanti, as it gets to that point, of course, they're gonna start to gather up and say, well, they'll wish you like, safe travels and or whatever, like good fortune on the fields of battle, kind of thing, like warrior kind of like what would you call it? Not a greeting, but no.
Wind
warriors,
Clan.
like, the Wind Clan. Okay. Wait, which clan's the
Alright,
Wind Clan?
Rugar accepts that.
That's Tamir
Yep,
Kwa.
Yep, I see it. That would also make the most sense, geographically speaking. Yep. So anyway, they kind of get up and they look like they're going to head back in to whatever they were doing before they ran into you guys.
Alright, I wish him good travels. And I say if, because where were we going after this?
I think you guys are gonna eventually, from here, go to the Kirkanish Shrine. Probably.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
We
Is that
wanted to
like
go-
on
yep.
the way?
Well, I mean, that's
Or is
just...
it close?
It's a past.
It's you guys have to go.
Isn't
We'll
it?
have to go back. You guys are gonna have to head back south, basically. Like it's on between. It was on the road south of Yanderhof, basically, like off to the side of there. It's up
Okay,
in the
I
kind of
asked
in the
them that
Meister Mountains as well.
if they know the area, like to this shrine, if they can tell us how to get there quickly.
They would say that they know of no such shrine.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it was worth a
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know how to get back to Yanderhof. And you guys could get there from Yanderhof really easily. So, nothing else? They're gonna start leaving then?
I think I'm good with that.
Okay. So yeah, they get up and they start climbing back up the hill from where they came from, and you see their torch lights. Because as they leave, they probably didn't have their torches lit when they're at the fire down there. But as they head back up, they relight their torches and they disappear over the mountain or over the hill, and heading deeper back into the Minesman Mountains from wherever they came from. And yep, like I said, the funeral pyre is kind of burnt down now, and it's probably super. You guys are probably tired because it's very like late night, probably even super early morning at this point.
Hmm. Well, then we should rest. Set watches. Yep, survival and perception.
Okay.
thought you got a
I'd
large
find
tent.
someplace safe for us to set up.
10. A lot of people.
Okay.
Okay.
If you guys would want to say you made watches, I could always just, if anything happens, I'll just roll a percentage, basically.
Okay.
But
I'll
are you
just
guys?
yeah.
Are you guys gonna sleep in like really late then, in order to get the full night's sleep, or are you guys just going to do like a shorter rest?
Oh shit, I misread that. I would have bought a large if I misread that one.
Maybe a shorter rest. We didn't really use many spells and stuff.
I would like to do whatever gets my spells back.
I think we should
okay
stay
then, a full
for
rest.
as long as we need the body to burn for a long time, and we might as well just do like a 10-hour stay.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so yeah, I set up a large tent.
So everyone roll their perceptions for their watch,
Yep, I did.
and I'll
Oh, one second,
roll
still trying
a
to get a tent.
roll on the random encounter thing, basically that I've set up here for here, to see if anything actually
No
happens.
dire
Now
crocodile.
the frost-
It's gonna be an ice crocodile though, Arctic crocodile. You can just have anything. You can have anything when you're in a cold mountain
crocodile.
environment. If you just
Is it Jayak
yeah,
or
you just need to
Gaiac?
add the word. I have no idea.
I think
But
it's
yeah, you
pronounced
can just
Please
Koji.
no.
Koji.
You can just have anything there if you just add the Arctic template to it.
Kokoji?
It's like yeah,
Koji?
you get attacked by an Arctic chicken. It's kind of like aquatic. You can just have aquatic chickens as well.
Yeah.
They're just the same as normal chickens, but they have a swim speed. I don't know, Arctic ones are like the same thing, except that they can survive in cold temperatures and have like cold resistance and shit. Where would...
Oh, that's not my nighttime perception. Add a
Yeah, no murder bear.
+5. Wait, is it 5? What happens if I turn this on? Yeah, +5. So 18.
Okay, you guys get through the morning, basically, because most of this, while you guys are sleeping, is actually during the morning. Some of it would be at night. Tiki probably maybe would specifically make sure her watch is at while it's still dark.
Yeah, it's better for me.
And yeah, nothing seems to happen. Philippe seems to swear that he saw like the weirdest hawk that made him really suspicious, but
Oh, he's
maybe
seeing
it's
things
nothing.
now.
I mean, and he says something like, "You can't trust those birds," you know what I mean, guys?
Can't trust
What?
him.
You can't trust birds.
What bird?
Definitely not.
Well, he saw like a really suspicious-looking hawk that was flying in the sky above, or an eagle of some sort, and it was very creepy looking. Just flying around there, looking around. It might have just been looking for prey, but it might have been watching him, and he didn't like it.
Bird doesn't sound dangerous.
Yeah, the last time we had a hawk following us, we got attacked in Kaer Maga by some cultists. And then there was the crows.
Does it actually look like it's a hawk that's following us?
No, you don't even see one anymore. There was just one that
Okay.
Philippe saw during his watch.
Okay. I can just give myself the night's rest.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have to have like a bird like super dungeon one of these days, specifically designed for Philippe.
You should make Swain and Fiddlesticks into Pathfinder.
There we go. Yeah, that sounds great actually. They do have like the bird people or whatever, like Strix
good.
and Oh, and Tengu as well, yeah. But I mean, yeah, just have a bunch of bird people. Strix actually would
Oh man,
be possibly in this area too.
speaking of Maftets, you guys never found out, and you guys are probably never going back there. But do you remember in Second Darkness in Book 3 that thing that was whatchamacallit, that was like hiding from you guys, that you guys saw the outline? That was a Maftet. Yeah, it was hiding.
Wait, where was this at again? Back in the Armageddon Echo?
In the third
No,
book.
outside of that. In the
Oh,
place
okay.
where you took the guy
It was in
to
Chilwell.
go interview him.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. In the cave. Yeah, we never did
Yeah, it was a
resolve that.
Maftet.
Huh.
It was a unique one too. It had class levels, and its name was Harvel.
Oh, that's interesting.
It actually could have become an ally, right? But it's very wary,
Yeah.
and it's there purely
So
for
were
knowledge.
we. Once we found out about it, like, oh shit. Okay, we thought it was like a demon or something. That's funny. Anyway, I'll be right back in like 1 second. I use the restroom.
All right.
1, 2.
Yeah, it's already been too long. He's gone.
God, bugs, please.
So, how's everybody's week been?
It's been work.
Been okay.
It's been boring. We're in a software freeze right now, so nothing actually happens.
Oh, what?
I'm a programmer. Software freeze. We write no more code because it's testing time.
Oh,
And it's basically been a freeze for like the past month, so it's been uh only fix what's broken.
I see. The time between games has been like feeling much longer since we don't have the Sunday game. No, no, that's fine.
Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna play you guys back to the Varisia map.
Maybe I should move my game to Sunday so we can actually move along.
I can't play Sundays either. Sunday's like my only no-go.
Oh, fuck you.
It's actually weird. Sunday nights actually work better for me now than they used to. Yeah, only Sunday nights.
I could do nights, but not days.
Like, I actually go to work later now on Mondays than I do every other day, oddly enough. So, it used to be the other way around. So, like, actually Sunday night would probably be better for me than Thursday night now. But,
Huh.
yeah. But yeah, it'd have to be like Sunday nights, like 6 o'clock Sunday night or something like that.
Pluto, do you tap something?
What? What are you talking about?
Sounds like you when you talk, you have a tap.
I don't know. I have a push to talk key.
No,
Oh, that's it.
There
That's what
was
it is.
tapping earlier, but I don't usually hear tapping from him.
I don't know. Maybe you're hearing something that I was doing over on this end.
I don't know.
Somebody came into the
Anyways.
stream and said, "Ah, yes, the D&D for the actual smart guys."
Yeah, he knows what's up.
You
Probably
have to
referring
actually do math.
The Pathfinder, yeah. The Pathfinder versus D&D 5e debate.
What was that?
Someone came into the Twitch chat and was saying, referring to Pathfinder as like the D&D for, what was it?
Smart people.
Smart people. Yeah.
I feel like the D&D for smart people is 3.5, but that's just bias, I think.
Probably. I mean, it's also biased to say that about Pathfinder over 5e as well.
The thing about 3.5 is like you actually have to study like lots and lots of stuff to actually be able to do anything relatively decent.
Anyway, you guys are going to start making your
Anyway.
way back to Yanderhof?
Yeah, let's
late
start
morning?
making our way back to Yanderhof.
Go to the shrine, right?
And go to the shrine. I'm gonna make a pit stop at the shop I borrowed the snowshoes from.
Okay. Might be a shorter session today. Just a heads up on that. So.
Okay.
Mostly from kind of some decisions that were made. They can't really reveal yet.
Oh, we decided not to engage the Shawanti clan.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I can't think of any reason you guys would want to talk to Shawanti or anything, but I'm sure there might have been some reason.
Yeah,
Bitch,
there
get off my
is.
lawn.
Well, I talked to
Shit,
him as much as I
forgot
could
about
think of.
that. We need to hear the stories about their god-killing weapon. Fuck. I forgot about that.
What?
Well, you guys had Shawanti right there, and you guys and Amber, like they didn't see it because it's in Amber's backpack, like covered up.
Oh, the
But
artifact.
you guys have a Shawanti, like an ancient Shawanti god-killing artifact, basically. So
Yeah.
that might have been somebody that, like, even if
Well, we
they
can go
didn't,
find
they
him.
probably. You could.
I wouldn't have known about that.
I mean, well, you would know about it, like about the artifact there, but you don't know. They probably wouldn't have known anything more than you, but they might have known. They might have been able to direct you to somebody that would know, basically. Like, oh, so and so the elder would know about that. But yeah.
Right.
But then again, maybe it would have been
Well,
bad. Maybe it
let's
would have been
go
like,
visit
that's a sacred artifact.
Kael's elders after we visit the cave. Let's do
Alright.
that next.
Okay.
Hail,
You guys do anything else at Yanderhof before you guys head there?
where are your elders?
I mean,
Oh,
his
jeez.
town was burnt down, so...
Yeah. I don't know where
His
they would be
clan's town was
if they all
completely
didn't
burnt down?
die.
Shit.
Like, or wherever they were living at the time was, because that's like everyone was either killed or captured by slavers, basically.
Uh,
That
everyone?
was what...
Maybe
the
Alex
tribe.
would know.
Of the Wind Tribe.
At least in his particular, like, group that he was with, within the Wind Clan. Like, that's what led to Aelios trying to go find him. You believe in Alex, and Alex coming back to Sandpoint, or not Sandpoint, Magnamar?
No, I believe Alex will know. He'll have the answer to this.
Okay.
Or maybe Secret's deity will. Anyway, we're going
wonder if
back.
Sidurium
I
would
forgot
have-
about this.
That's something I'm curious about. I wonder if Zedurium would have, like, remembered if he was here to have, like, been like, hey, wait a minute, we should talk to him about this artifact. Because he might have. Let's see how he reacts when I tell him about what he missed, I guess. See if he's like, oh my god, why didn't they do that? I mean, it might
I
not.
was
It
telling
might.
Philippe died.
He should say he was killed by the frost drake, and then say that it's because he
Pluto tried
forgot
to
to pull
save
out
you.
the. Tell him that he
magic mirror.
forgot to pull the magic mirror out. Yeah, I'd be like, Philippe forgot to pull out the magic mirror.
No. You tried
That's
to
right.
save him, but we kept balling up on him, so you had no choice but the breath weapon.
Okay. That's funny. Alright, so anything else you guys want to do at Yanderhof?
I don't think so.
Okay. So if you guys aren't gonna do anything else other than head straight for the shrine, I think that's probably where we're gonna end the session, even though it's only been like it's been less than 3 hours, I know, but yeah, it's a little bit shorter of a session than normal, but because you guys kind of already covered all the stuff I had prepared. I don't actually have prepared yet for what's
You should have sent a
at the
brother
shrine quite yet.
Froststrike. That was my brother.
You could,
Should have sent an iron golem.
In the mountains. It's just random golem roaming the mountains. Somebody left him there, and he doesn't know what to do. So just
I think there are
No,
some
it
additional
comes out of
benefits
Alias,
that-
his spirit.
Oh. So I do meet you
That,
again, Alias.
What did I do? The iron arm?
Sounds right. Yeah, what exactly are the rules
You
for
get
it
a plus
again?
1 shield bonus.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Doesn't stack with the spell shield, but when you don't have that up, that's pretty useful. So yeah, 1 to your AC basically, and then, but does not stack with the shield spell if you ever cast that. I don't even know if you have that spell. Is that one of your Maga spells you have? Shield.
Say what spell?
Shield?
Yes, I want to say yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just keep in mind that +1 shield bonus from having your prosthetic arm basically does not stack with that spell. So, but it is still useful if you get
Oh,
caught
okay.
like before you can cast the spell.
I'll label that my arm.
Yeah, it's a pretty minor benefit, but
I mean, it should. Armor class, other bonus type. I mean, it should do the calculations. No. Why can't I do it? Oh, maybe I have to put it in the shield section.
So are we calling it here then?
Yep, we're gonna call it here.
Oh, alright.
So you guys are on your way towards towards the Shrine of Kirkonis, and we'll see what you guys find there next session.